trick of all in this tune is using these short, movable chord forms up the neck, as we've been doing all along in these songs, to create melodies while keeping that drone bass. And here's a little example. You might remember the tune Morning Blues. It's a traditional blues, it's sort of in the jug band vein. And let me play a little bit of melody, once again emphasizing how easy it is to keep this drone bass and get into a melody. That's using all the shapes we've used before. Probably the new one is this little partial F shape at the 10th fret, which is just a D major chord. So we're going up and down. So all of these, we're just basically following the melody and putting in the appropriate chord. And I went to the F shape at the 5th fret a few times for the A. So I've given you plenty of tunes so far in this in the key of D in drop D tuning. Let's see what it's like to work now in other keys using drop D tuning. Let's use this Mississippi John Hurt tune, Lois Collins, to show an example of a good tune played in the key of G, but in drop D tuning. The song starts on the 5 chord with the D. Simple and very pretty in this tune. So that's a slightly confusing thing to do because it's hard to tell what key you're in sometimes. It's very like rubbing your belly and patting your head. So, but it's a nice change, and it will certainly perplex your friends as you're trying to sit and jam with them on this song. Let's take a look at yet one more key, and that would be the other corresponding chord in the key of D, which is the A chord. Here's my version of I Know You're Rather Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone in the key of A in drop D tuning. Sounds like this. Reaching in there, depending on how fat your guitar neck is, you can sometimes reach around there and grab what is the official alternating bass note from the A chord. You don't have to do that, but that certainly fills it out nicely. There are a lot of fills in this song. Let's just walk through it real slowly so you can see how to find that melody. First string, second string, third string, to our modal A, strings 1 and 2 held down with the index finger, and the bass at the 5th fret of the 6th string. So it's first string open and second string, and back to A. Try that again. Might even do a little hammer on there. Bass run up into C. And then that sort of short G to an E7, 6th string 2nd fret, 3rd string 1st fret, and back to A. Now back to the key of D. I have a quirky little number here that I'd like to show you that's a song of mine called Virginia Bound. It's got some nice bass play and some interesting things up the neck, so we'll give this one a spin here. We found a nice little groove here between the D chord and this chord, which could be called a partial diminished, I guess. So I just take that D chord, move it up a half step and over a half step in the strings 2, 3, and 4. Once again, my thumb back to alternating. Instrumental piece that I do here that's a little different than when I sing. So we'll go for the harder of the two. We'll go for the instrumental part. And there's that kind of carnival-esque sound. There's the thumb, adding the index finger down, second string open. Finger to the E7, second fret of the second string goes down with the third finger. Now I'm going to do this little A lick here. So it's 2 single notes. Reach over and get the bass note at the 7th fret of the 5th string. So it's 5 in the bass, that in slow motion. And so on. That's a tune called Virginia Bound. Here's a great sort of show-off version of the great Junior Parker tune, Mr. Train. We've got a groove song here, and we've got some long measures that need some fills, and what I did basically was just find a couple of different ways to play this. It starts on the 4 chord always, so I start out in the first verse going to this G7 with a C in the bass, and back to D. Here's my little groove. Then the open second and third string with the alternating bass. A good train sound going there. Walk into that G7. This way so I can get a little bass thing in there. So going on to the 3rd fret with my 2nd finger, then the 4th fret, hammering down. Then I go into another groove. I found a groove up here. 6th fret, 2nd string with my pinky, 4th fret, 3rd string with my index finger, and reach across with your 2nd finger, 6th string, 5th fret. Now once again alternating from the 5th fret to open, getting this sound between the open 1st string. Back up to the 5th fret. actually the chord looks like this. This works too. The way I play it is 5th fret of the 6th and 4th strings, and then 6th fret, 2nd string. Get a little slap in there with the right hand. That's a great arrangement to play, and it's nice and upbeat and interesting, and a good one to try. Find your own tunes that you can find your own grooves for here. That was Mystery Train. So if you haven't yet gotten the idea of melody with these movable chords up the neck, we're going to try yet one more tune, and this is Stephen Foster's Hard Times. Some pretty unusual chords in this tune. We've got the diminished chord up here at the 6th fret. So we've got 6th fret, strings 2 and 4, 7th fret, strings 1 and 3. And we've got some choices here too. Sometimes I might play my beginning D chord up here, and it's easier then to go to this A, and sometimes I want to do it down here, but that's quite a leap up to the 5th fret, so you've got some choices there. Probably the hardest chord to get to in a hurry is this E7 with a 9th on top. To get melody. Here's that B minor 7 again. And you gotta, if you want to slide up to that D shape up here, you could just leave 3 strings down and slide up. We haven't talked about this D chord actually. This is a really beautiful sort of an ending chord. It's just got an extra F sharp there on the 4th string. Nice example of a pretty tune that's got melody all the way up, and just kind of rolls, just kind of plays along very nicely and easily. Up till now, in this lesson that we're working on, all the songs have been either mine or my arrangements of other people's songs. This is one I heard somewhere along the long road, and I can't remember who did it, but it's a great version of a Mississippi John Hurt tune. in the key of D. It's a simple 3-chord, 8-bar blues called Ain't Nobody's Business. I'll play it through slowly here and then we'll come back and take a look at it. Well, it ain't nobody's dirty business how my baby treats me. Ain't nobody's business but mine. Ain't nobody's doggone business how my baby treats me. Ain't nobody's business but mine. So what we have there are 3 chords. Our D chord, which is going to be played at the 5th fret, and I'll show you that in a second. Our G chord, which can either be played here at the 5th fret or down here with the B in the bass. And our basic A chord, which I'm playing as a 3-finger chord with the index in the middle, so that I can then add my pinky onto it and take it down to the 2nd fret. That's 4 fingers in 1 fret, so that's a tight squeeze there. Let's go up here. We've done this in another song today. Up here to the 5th fret. Here's the chord. We've stripped down this bar chord up here, the A, the D, that's the A shape at the 5th fret. What we're going to do is go down to just this little portion of it right here, and we're going to bend that note on the 2nd string. Just a slight quarter tone bend. Now when you bend a string, that's a little too far. That's the sound you don't want to hear. Just a hint of the bend. Also, you don't want to hear it come down. You want to slightly lift off your fingers so you don't hear that sound of it coming down. So, I do the bend. Here's the melody. Add my pinky at the 8th fret, 7th fret. Once again. Simple way would be good to go down here on the 2nd fret. I'm going to start with just 1 finger down